I could.
Who would think just coming here on Christmas Day?
My shirt looks right now to me. This is more than $1,000.
We welcome you in peace, of love. So we invite all of you this morning. We will have our children's pageant, to our children's youth program, and our Sunday school program, and Angelou especially for taking the lead on that. Calendars for the new year. We have our church calendars for the new year for all of you and each of you that are ladies of our congregation, arts and photography and poetry as well, from different folks in our church family. As you gather and mingle and leave after the service, and we'll also this week be making deliveries for folks as well. And you're welcome to come by or invite others to come by and pick it up at the office as well. So calendars for all for a half. Okay, well, back to us. I have a whole plan. This is great. Our lovely Christmas tree is courtesy of John Bachtold, who every year donates a Christmas tree to our congregation, dearly beloved elders of our church. Dick worked for many years for John there. So thank you to Bachtold. All right, and now our Christmas Eve service. Early, about 20 minutes early, we'll be singing carols outside. So if you want to sing to your heart's content, it'll be a beautiful service. So hope to see some of you early. Hope to see you after Christmas on December 27th. So you'll be in good hands. It'll be fun. Heidi McFarley has a wonderful update. You may have seen on your way in a big thank you banner. And so Heidi will share with us.
Generosity through the Child and Family Center at the former Blue Ridge to 17 local families, $250 to help brighten their holiday season as well. So thank you.
So let's take a moment before our children's pad and light the Advent candles to honor this last. Let's pray, my friends. O Holy One, help us to settle and to stir away the light of our hope, peace, love, and joy. And we look for the Amen.
I am a shepherd, and I protect and care for cats. Protect and care for family, earth, and animals. I'm a shepherd, and protect and care for my cat. Stay with
Me, I hold miracles. I offer my gifts of warmth and shelter.
I am Mary. Within me I hold miracles.
I am Mary. Within me I hold my miracles. I offer my gifts of peace and joy. I am Mary. Within me I hold miracles. I offer my gifts of kindness and happiness.
And we are all children of God. We wish each of you
All right, amen. Thank you, thank you. So if that wasn't expression enough of who... And we've got a long tradition of tigers and lions and unicorns showing up. Let's all to share in our statement of identity, which will be projected up there. We are a Holy Spirit. It is our mission to enable personal spirit. We are an open and affirming church because of who you are and where you are. You know what I mean. Pass the peace. Amen.
Our reading this morning is the Magnificat of Meredith. Set out and went with haste to a Judean town in the hill country, where she entered the house of Zechariah and greeted Elizabeth. When Elizabeth heard Mary's greeting, the child leaped in her womb. And Elizabeth was for you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb. And as soon as I heard the sound of your greeting, the child, that there would be a fulfillment of what was spoken to her, magnifies the Supreme One, and my spirit rejoices in God, my Savior, who has looked with favor on the lowliness of their servant. Surely, from now on, all generations will call me blessed, for God's mercy is for those who have holy awe from generation to generation. God has shown strength of the arm. God has scattered the proud, lifted up the lowly. God has filled the hungry with good things and sent the rich away. Remembrance of holy mercy, according to the promises made.
So this is the time of the year when it is my sacred obligation to remind us that Mary, Mother Mary, was not at all Mary, meek and mild. Jesus, we know, was not meek and mild, for how much he was a person of peace and an ignited, a blazing transformation in the world. And for how awesome Jesus was, he didn't raise himself and raise him. When we look at what the gospel stories actually recount about her, it's clear that the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Mary, and if we hear the words we just heard from Mary, this famous Magnificat, and we let them speak on their own terms, I think fresh without the assumption less than a vision of spiritual insurrection. Cast down the mighty, scatter the proud. God sends the rich away empty. God fills the hungry and uplifts the lowly. And so the character of Mary that seems to be we're presented with here seems to be more like this from the artist Ben Wildflower. So the British Empire banned the reading of Mary's Magnificat among occupied people in the British Empire. And the reading of Mary's Magnificat, people were starting to get upset about all the repression. As the saying goes, the gospel afflicts the comfortable and comforts the afflicted. Afflicts the comfortable and comforts the afflicted. And that's what Mary's Magnificat does. And each of us, I think, we can be honest with ourselves before God about what it's like for us to hear this and receive this. How managing us. Mary's vision of a... So Mary often, throughout the ages, has been taken as a kind of archetype. This is the vivid detail of learning from her and learning what she has to teach. So this is an image from the second part of Mary's Magnificat. One of the powerful things about her speech is that it's clear that her sense of self has evolved far beyond the bounds of ego. My soul magnifies. Soul has become a magnification for God. Her experience of connection with her soul reflects. And in this experience, as we can hear from these words, there's such a profound expression of joy of herself in this experience of holy presence. And that then allows her to become a channel for a power much greater than her possible through the Christhood that she is nurturing and will give birth to. And so Mary's posture of humility and gratitude before God is not a kind of knowing, a superabundance and an empowerment. God's formative power. Apparently, starting with the very first tyrant, King Herod wanted Jesus killed because people picked up the tune. There was a murmuring. The rabble started powers and the principalities of the present darkness. Right? And King Herod was not happy about that. And this forced Mary and Joseph to take Jesus and to flee. They became refugees in Egypt. And so that is just yet another demonstration of Mary's strength as a mother. It is very all right. And then remember Jesus' first miracle, turning water into wine at the wedding in Canaan. That was Mary's doing. The story is very compressed, but you don't even really need to read between the lines. Jesus performed the miracle, but it wouldn't have happened with us during the wedding party and said, Jesus, they've run out of wine for the party. Won't you help them out? Plus, I can't do anything about it. I'm not ready. In Bible talk, it was, woman, why do I care? And I'm not like, don't ask me to do any miracles because I'm not ready for them. But his mother knows better. And she gives the gifts that he has to give to the world. And she knows that he should. Jesus answers him, and then she just goes to the servants who are taking care of the food and the drink for the party. His name's Jesus. He'll take care of it. So the servants head right over to Jesus, and they say, Hey, thanks for hooking us up with more booze. In between the lines, but this is in the Bible, right? And we can just kind of imagine Jesus like looking over the party and spotting Mary and being like, Mom, I told you I didn't want to do this. To step up already, son. Step up. Now's your time to step up. And he does, and the rest is history. That was his first miracle. You know, and she, in her courage, as it was, when her son was led to be crucified. What would it be like to allow her voice and her wisdom in this revolution? I'm really grateful that our Christmas pageant this year, Emily had the idea to break out of the Christmas story, I mean. And it's pretty remarkable because last week, in one of the beautiful stories that Angelou shared, stories centered around this drama, this childhood drama. And in Connie's telling, and I think a lot of our experience, it just so happened, whatever ideal it is. And every year there's this anxiety and to meet our culture's arbitrary ideals. It becomes an opportunity for her to experience true motherly love from her mother. I mean, it's just so deeply ironic because it is directly counter to the point of the whole gospel of Jesus. And it's counter to, but also, more importantly, what we know her values were, which in the pageant this year, Emily said enough. And we'll ask each of them to share about the miracles that they bear and the gifts that they have to give the world. And we all allow Mary to speak to us and to uplift us if we need uplifting, to challenge us if we need to be challenged, to step up, and to invite us into the revolution of her love. So thanks be to God. So in that, throughout Advent has been in prayer card, colorful slip of paper that you can write with, slips to write prayers out, have shared. And then Annie and I will pray those prayers with us. Taking those prayers together into these prayer chains. Before God in this time of prayer. Holy One, our God, we lift up to you as a community the prayers that are on our hearts.
Gratitude to all the musicians who play with such heart, such beautiful music this morning.
Of Christ's birth. We ask for safe travel for all who journey to be with family and loved ones. Please, as with Mary, keep us safe. Thank you. I swear this way. What's your
Prayers for all people to do their part to prevent the spread of COVID.
Dear Lord, be with us this Advent and Christmas season. May our hearts stretch beyond the Christmas season to be generous and loving year-round. Be with this world as we face. Thank you for my wonderful wife.
Prayers for my son Scott.
A special prayer of healing for the Dolan family. Also that our country may not be further divided by its hardships.
I pray that my dear friend Richard, who took his own life after years of that his family reaches a sense of acceptance and comfort with the love that...
Let us find peace.
Thank you for the hope, love, joy, peace of this Advent season.
For our freedom. I pray that we may support those who help others.
I pray for peace and love to all.
I pray for those grieving the loss of loved ones this season.
All others.
Oh God, I pray
Trying not to die of Parkinson's.
I pray for healing for those in our church family.
A sense of belonging.
I pray for 2022
Prayers for peace and comfort for the Dalen family.
And I pray and joy happy birthday to Hannah.
Prayers for strength and compassionate good.
Amen.
Prayers of celebration for the voices of babies. Prayers of thanks and delight for the young people in our church.
Hope, peace, love, joy, may our souls reflect you in your fierce love, your leveling, moving love. May it be the light in our darkness, our peace, our world.
Bless all those sickened in your healing comfort.
Oh God, I pray for healing, for love, joy, and peace throughout the world.
Strength to travel a very difficult year. Blessings for all.
And my husband that need help.
For all our blessings.
Thank you for dear friends joining me and us today. Spoken. Let me pray us out with a prayer by Angelou that was shared with me this morning. By hard and mean days, for then we have you to lean on. Thank you for your presence during the bright and sunny days, for then we can presence during the holy days, for then we are able to celebrate you and our families and our friends. Those who feel unworthy, we ask you to pour upon them the light of hope. Dear Creator, you, the borderless, need most peace. Amen. Of generosity and abundance. If you feel moved at this time to contribute financially to our ministries, you may do so now at the time of offering. Thank you. blessed to be instruments of God's love. Be of good courage, friends of faith and hope for those you meet along the way. Thanks be to God. Go in peace.
years here, so I haven't here in my wife's family. You can ride them all the way.
Yesterday because when yesterday I dropped off.
It's always strange out there. About this time of year. About a month ago. It's hunting season too. We're always freaking out. We're out of good sleep. They know But I did. A few weeks ago, I ran. Somebody, it wasn't more than probably. Yeah, I went back. Yeah, wow. Yeah, walking around and working that. So. Yeah, it's only for, I feel like it's only for like 4 to 6 seasons. It's not for very long. It must be a bird hunting season or something. I don't know what it is up there.
We're talking about running in a harvest.
Yeah. So your mother-in-law, all of them stopped at 20 minutes. You said do 26 before you I wonder if you're worried about getting the point of being like 6 minutes. Almost all the plans I think all the plans I've seen, that's about as far as you go.
I guess because it's dreadful.
Because no one wants you. Yeah, because if you do I just changed the way that I run. Oh, stairs a bunch. That same kind of feeling. That's tight. This was pretty funny. So, but I beat.
I haven't.
You're from a running family. You guys are all runners. You know what? Much quicker, shorter cabins, and it's really my excuse.
Yeah. Right on. Well, great to see you guys.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
While you're sitting here?
Oh yeah, I need to make sure my son circles back and gets his stuff. I'm gonna go grab my guitar.